woman who did not have her expenses paid for the 15 years that show Da Cultura completed in this anniversary month.
Fantástico locates Australia, a person who has not had his expenses paid for 15 years. That Fantástico completed on August 7th of this year. What a rant!
And then 10 months later, I went to the mailbox and received a letter from Telstra thanking Michael for buying their mobile digital phone. Which came as a big shock to me because he'd been dead for 10 months. I mean, as the family said, we wish he'd have bought a phone.
Mum? I love you.
Deirdre Pollock's son Michael took his own life in October last year. But after his family put a memorial message in the local paper, someone bought a mobile in his name, even using his address.
So I rang Telstra and I said, what's happening? I said, I can't understand why you would send me this letter. And at first they didn't want to answer me because they said, you're only his mother. We'd like to talk to him. And I said, well, that's a little bit hard to talk to him. I said, considering he died in October last year. And they just said, leave it with them, disregard the letter, rip it up. Don't worry about it anymore. I would not hear another thing from them.
False subscriptions for mobile phones are becoming more common, along with mobile phone theft. But phone companies are not keeping pace with the consequences. Despite assurances from Telstra, Deirdre was charged for calls made from the mobile taken out in her dead son's name. And even after repeated and painful calls explaining the fraud, recently she received a letter demanding Michael pay his overdue account.
They've never made a phone call to me to say they were sorry about what's happened. So my feelings with Telstra at the moment are very poor.
It's so small, so useful, and so expensive, especially when it goes walkabout. And we're told that's a massive problem.
I think that you look at the thing in terms of theft of mobile phones, and my estimate is that there's between 70,000 and 80,000 phones, mobile phones, stolen in Australia each year.
Greg McInnes is a partner in the legal firm McInnes Pint, which specialises in telecommunications.
The problem is that when these phones are stolen, either you will have the thieves running up phone bills, or they take out other phone connections using these phones, and so you have two kinds of problem with fraud.
As we've heard, Deirdre Pollock suffers from the second type, subscription fraud, while small businessman Brian Smith found out the hard way about the first, theft.
They broke in my van, they stole my mobile phone, and when I went to go back to work after the weekend, I couldn't find the phone, thought I'd misplaced it. I rang Telstra to ask for a message bank to be downloaded and discovered that there was a couple of $1,000 worth of calls being made on the phone, and put a block on it. By the end of the week it had got up to $18,500 because they had to download them from the sex industry overseas.
Were they all calls to sex lines?
Yes, they were.
Brian was told by Telstra and by the Telecommunications Ombudsman that he had to pay the bill. Only after his local MP stepped in did Telstra agree to absorb the cost. But Brian's still angry and he wants to warn others.
I mean, most people out there, I'm sure, don't know that their phone has the capacity to ring the sex industry at $4.95 a minute. You could get a bill like I've got for $18,500. It's simple. The ability is there for Telstra to put a bar on.
What about the argument that that should be an opt-in system rather than an opt-out system with international and 0055 numbers?
I guess we would prefer not to automatically deny access, but to make barring a very accessible option. And with 005 services and 1900 services, we're certainly aware of the problem numbers.
Simone Simmons, spokesperson for Telstra.
And in fact, a lot of businesses now have a 1900 number, so it would perhaps be wrong to deny access. Instead, we offer barring as a no-cost option.
Well, what if there was a way of stopping the thieves dead in their tracks? Guess what? There is.
It's possible within the system itself for these phones to be traced It would make a digital phone very unattractive if a thief knew that either he couldn't use the phone and so therefore it would be unsaleable, or worse, he could be traced right down to the area where he's making the call from and have a knock on his door.
You can track a phone. Technically you can do it, but it's actually a complex search because of the way in which the data is stored and sent, and it's also very costly.
If someone was prepared to pay the money, you wouldn't track it for them, would you?
It's really very, very difficult to do.
In a sense, the system is against the thing being fixed. It's not that the networks don't have the incentive or don't have the mind to try to help the consumer, but there is no commercial imperative on them to do so at this moment.
Most mobile phones sold these days have at least one level of security through a password. The best advice, use it.
You will see a story from July 28, 1991, about a creature that came from the unknown planet to visit a farm on planet Earth. This is what you will see now in these 15 years of Fantástico.
Greetings, Earthling! I am Zam, and I come from Planet City-oid.
Oh, hi, Zam. I'm a mud-loving piggy from planet Earth.
Ah, my BuzzBot phone tells me about piggies. Oink, oink.
Oh, now you're talking my language, Zam. Oink.
It's so good to be in a wonderful place that's open and green. It's so good to be in the most interesting place that I have ever seen.
Wow! Who's that talking to our piggy?
Dunno. Looks cool, though.
Hi, I'm Daisy, and this is my brother Max. Where do you come from?
I am Zam, and I come from the planet City-oid. Here is my greeting card.
Oh, wow. Your planet's so shiny and amazing.
And it looks clean, not like our muddy farm. Oh, mud, yummy, mud! It was all so new and exciting for Zam that they decided to take him on a grand tour of the farm. This is our barn, where we keep the hay to feed the animals.
And it's made of wood, not shiny, clean metal. Amazing!
Yeah, but not as good as mud.
And these are the cows that give us milk.
Cows and pigs? Wow!
And here's our muddy farm, where we like to play and get really dirty. Mud is so much fun!
Dirty? You mean you like getting in here and getting dirty?
Yeah, don't you?
Oh no, not on Planet City-oid. I've never been in mud before.
Well then what are we waiting for? Yay! And Dave...
Oh, it's so slimy, dirty, and muddy!
I told you it was fun!
Could I please borrow some mud to take back to my planet?
Oh, you don't have to borrow it.
You can take as much as you like.
Oh, a call from home. I have to go back. Thank you for showing me the farm, and especially the mud.
Oh, that's oink. Okay. It was great to meet you, Zam. Oh, I just wish we could keep in touch.
Oh, we can. You can use my BuzzBot phone.
Oh.
Now we can call you whenever we like.
And I can call you my new friends, Daisy, Max, and Piggy.
Oink.
It's so good to be in a wonderful place that's open and green. It's so good to be in the most interesting place that we have ever seen.
Oh, I can't wait to take this mud back to my planet. They're going to love it.
Well, I know your love is rough, and the road to take is tough, but I just can't get enough.
Day in the life with classical music singer Charlotte Church.
She talks to Fantástico about the life and career of the famous classical music singer.
If I had to say 3 words that best describe me, I'd say moody, bubbly, rather predictable. Broke my nail. Me and my parents get along quite well. Obviously because I'm a teenager, I have my moments, and I can have a bit of a tantrum, a teenage tantrum, no, not a deeper tantrum. I know, I'm such a good girl, I just don't do naughty things.
Have you finished all the homework?
Mm-hmm. My family keep me grounded by basically making me do housework and stuff like that. No, it doesn't really bother me. It's not kind of like, I'm famous, no, you can't make me do that, because it's just normal for me. I get £50 a month allowance, which is something like $90 a month, which is the average for around here. And I buy magazines and sweets and pop and clothes and shoes and accessories and jewellery, that kind of stuff. I go to no girls' school, so I don't have a boyfriend or anything. I don't want to get married until I'm way, way older. I want to go to university though, because I do quite well in school and I have a photographic memory for exams, remembering things. I hate maths, but I really, really like English. And although I don't do this in school, I'm really interested in ancient history, especially Egyptian ancient history. My friends are very important to me because they kind of keep my feet on the ground and they're a bit of normality for me when I come home. They're there, they're consistent, so that's really nice for me, and they're all great anyway. Kids my age just do not listen to my type of music, which is understandable because I don't listen to it. I never listen to myself and I never listen to any of the classical music. It's bizarre, isn't it? The most peaceful thing I do and that I like doing and that I find calming is reading. It's when I go to bed and I turn my light off and I have all little candles and everything, so it's very yoga-ish. I like chatting on the net, but obviously I never let on who I am. Yeah, I've got this kind of teddy bear angel image. There's nothing that I have to do to kind of like remind people, yeah, I'm a teenager now, except I keep mentioning my age and try and talk as sophisticatedly as I can. Like, I just can't even say that word. On an everyday kind of basis, I generally just kind of like think about work. I'm having a career so early, and I have to think about things really, really thoroughly, and I am quite a deep thinker. I'm always thinking. If I had a personal motto, I think it would be, think about things while you're doing them, rather than doing them and then thinking about it afterwards. Lots of things make me happy, but I really, really love doing just the simple things. Charlotte, can I go on the side? Elliot is my cousin, who's 4.5. He's different from my friends because, like, obviously me and my friends talk about different things that I talk to just a 4-year-old. Of course, he's different from all the adults because adults can get a bit boring sometimes. So it's kind of like different from everybody else. So my life hasn't changed in any way, except that, you know, I'm in newspapers and stuff, and I sell a couple of records.
Tricks again. The Dr. Seuss character entertained some deserving children in Balboa Park today. The youngsters were all from special programs around the county. They nibbled on giant Grinch cake, then enjoyed a special showing of how the Grinch stole Christmas at the Old Globe.
It's like fun.
It really does.
Elon Musk vai contar sobre a invenção da internet que foi criada desde 1989. É o que você veja daqui a pouco aqui no Fantástico.